have a monkey in your pants?
Alright then folks, welcome back to Bad Influence Series 3 Episode 7 Fan Commentary. Bad Influence was a television show aired in the 1990s here in the UK. It was a magazine, video game, educational type show, a little bit different to Games Master, but it was also very good in its own right, hosted by Violet Berlin and Andy Crane. And that is Violet Berlin, that is not Dolph Lundgren from the Rocky film, or Universal Soldier. And she's shouting a lot, and I've got a headache. And his shirt is way too long.
And I'll be explaining why Snow White is looking
that's
fairer than
Snow
ever,
White.
thanks to a powerful computer, 3 lasers, and a little bit of artistic genius.
Lasers? That was Ed, right? He's the American correspondent. That is Nipples.
All those visual effects were
what is
produced
this?
on
the Amiga.
I knew they were going to
the
say an Amiga.
toaster.
And I knew they were
Not
going to
that
say
kind of
toaster.
This kind of toaster. It's a
Oh,
special
I've never
bit of
seen one in real
hardware
life though.
That's a cheaper version of the special effects equipment that we use to
That's
do
a
this.
big
Hey, that's enough
graphics
of
board.
that. It was launched 7 years ago as an add-on for the Amiga. It took the film and
7
TV
years?
visual effects departments by storm. Programs such as Babylon 5, The X-Files,
gonna
and
say.
Sequence CSV couldn't have been made without the use of the toaster.
Now, for the
No.
first time, you can buy
Fuck
the software
off.
and run it on your home Amiga without the extra hardware. It's called Lightwave 3D, and it produces some pretty spectacular special effects.
normal
If you're
Amiga
Babylon
done
5 fan, you'll
the
recognise that,
Babylon
of course,
5
as
stuff.
the Voron spaceship.
Oh,
How does it
it's
work?
probably a heavily
to show you.
modified
It's a bit like
Amiga
making a movie,
1200
really.
or
First thing you need to
4000
make
or
a film is your
1000.
artiste. In this case, the Voron spaceship. Then you've
I
got to
so
start by
remember
positioning
this
your lights.
episode from when I
And
first
we can
watched
move
it.
the light in 3
Bloody
dimensions.
hell.
Let's move it up and over to the left.
That's
and the reason,
mad.
by the way, that the Voron spaceship suddenly became a bounding box is because it's much easier for the computer to show me positions. Position of light's very important then, as is the position of your camera. Now there's the camera
Yes.
on the right, there's the object in the center, and these yellow dotted lines represent the field of view.
I
of the
never
camera.
had
So
this
again,
for my
I
Amiga.
can move it around.
I just played
Closer to
games
my
mostly
object,
on the
further
Amiga.
away, or take it above it. And we flick back to look through the camera.
I wonder what would have happened if the
Entirely
Amiga
happy with
line
that.
of
So we'll move it,
computers
but this time we'll
continued.
move it by looking
Unfortunately,
through the viewfinder.
they went
Bring
tits
that
up.
around to about, I think there should be my
There,
starting
that'll
position.
do.
That's
You've
the
got to
lights
love
and
the red
camera in the right positions. Now for the action.
Amiga mouse pointer as
Tell
well.
the computer where
It's
we want
iconic
our
for me.
object to start. So we create what they call a keyframe, which is the beginning frame of our animation. Then
Yes.
we tell the system what we'd like to happen in the first 20 frames of our animation. And in those first 20 frames, I think the spaceship should go...
How young and
Away
fresh-faced does
from
Andy
me.
Crane look there?
and then sort of slightly over to the left. And that's the
It's going to
first
do all
20
that in
frames
20
dealt with.
frames?
And in the second 20 frames, we'll have the ship move up and possibly rotate on its axis. And then in the
How's it
final
going to do all that in
20
20
frames of the
frames?
animation, bringing the total to 60, I'll get my object to shoot out of the left
Shoot
of the
out.
viewfinder.
How many frames per
Right,
second
that's
is this
the
going to
computer
be
busy
animated? And
thinking
that's what I
about
want
how
to
our
know.
animation will look in its wireframe version. It takes a couple of seconds to do that. And believe it or not, that's exactly how the animations for Babylon 5 were made. Albeit with 30 Amigas strung end to end. Yeah, that's right. 30.
Ah,
So now
that makes
let's run
sense.
it. There we are. I completed
That's pretty
Babylon
impressive
5
though that they used
Vorlon
Amigas for
spaceship
Babylon
animation,
5.
But it still doesn't look terribly
Even if it was
realistic, does it?
30
So,
of them.
we've got to add some texture to it. Okay, let's just start the final rendering. And through the magic of television, this is what the final animation looks like.
That's not bad.
Without the Amiga and this extra bit of hardware, they
suppose.
couldn't have made Babylon 5. So, with the right kit, a good imagination, and a lot of patience, you can produce some amazing images that look almost real.
No. Stupid Dolph.
Hello, Furtlers. Today,
Subbuteo.
how to play your favourite sports indoors. First,
Fucking
football.
hated
Now,
that
this
game.
is one way to play indoor soccer. but
Totally
it's
never
boring.
understood it.
And here's another way.
One of my
FIFA
friends used to
Soccer
have it.
on the Mega CD.
I never got
now,
it
you can
at
make
all.
this a bit less boring by using this cheat, which lets you turn on a crazy curved ball. On the option screen,
Ooh,
just type
curve
in
balls.
BACBC6.
This is Namrud,
And there you
by the
go,
way. He lives in a
curveball
shed.
on.
possibly touches children, but it's never been proven, and she tells you what the cheats are.
But it's still not as much fun as real indoor soccer. Now, to play that, first, you need to clear a space in a suitable room, and then use some odd bits of furniture for goals, right?
Booting all that technology about. I want it.
I almost
not
forgot.
kick it.
Don't attempt to play indoor soccer with 2 full 11-a-side teams. It's best to play it with no more than 9-a-side. Yes, go!
Oh my god. Stop.
He must be
Stop
sick as a
kicking
carrot.
stuff, Nam.
Our main review this week is Alien vs Predator on the Jaguar, which hits the shops tomorrow. It's a first-person action-adventure in the classic Doom style. There are 3 ways to play the game. As a colonial
I had
marine,
this
you're
game
the
for the
only
Jag,
human
actually.
left alive in an alien-infested spaceship.
I remember it being
When you play as
brick
an
hard.
alien, your mission is to rescue the Queen from the Predator's lair. And if you choose
And
to
I
play
also
Predator,
just
your
remembering
only aim in
liking
life
to
is
cycle
capture
through the
alien
Predator's
queen.
different
Remember,
vision
though,
modes.
in space, no one can hear you scream.
Although they've never really
Here's
done
Osher.
anything.
What on earth got a hold of this guy?
£60
This is not the
this
sort
game
of game you
cost.
can just pick up and start bashing at buttons. You need to employ
Yes,
a
it
lot of
is.
strategy if you're going to get through it. I prefer to play as the Marines. There's a lot more of a challenge. The idea is
That's
the
what I
Marines
used to
collect
always do as
security
well.
cards which will give you access to different places. I've just collected one. It's a really terrifying game. I daren't play it on my own
No.
at night as the graphics and sound
No.
are so outstanding that you actually feel as if you're there. It's really scary.
No. Is you on
Found
drugs,
an alien
child?
cocoon up ahead and it's really scary because you don't know what's in them.
Yes, we do. Face huggers,
Oh, this one's a
dumbass.
face sucker.
Are they not
Graphics are
always
amazing
face
as a
huggers?
Predator. You can change your view so you can actually see in infrared, which makes it easier to spot the Marines.
That's what I
This
used
is
to
an
like
amazing
doing.
game. It's so good, it's worth buying a Jaguar for.
It's lovely and gory. Fans of the films will love this.
I can see the appeal, but it's just not for me. I couldn't really be bothered with all the tactical play.
And the scores for
Well,
Alien
you
versus
suck.
Predator, both the boys and the girls.
4.
Gave it an acid dripping 4
Yep.
out of 5.
It was decent at the time. I remember, I just honestly, I just remember
this camera
it being brick
revolutionized
hard.
photography. It was the first to
What
use
did?
a roll of film instead of bulky, messy glass plates.
Oh,
the
some
camera
old
and the
person.
film were invented by a New Yorker called George Eastman, and he called his new camera the Kodak. 100 years on,
Ooh.
the company Eastman founded, also
Interesting.
called Kodak, is again leading a revolution, this time in the way movies are being made. Enter the
Really?
computer camera left. This is Kodak's CineSite facility right here
Holy
in
fuck,
Hollywood.
that's a lot of
This
big
is one of the
computers.
few places in the world that can produce computer images good enough to be projected onto a giant movie screen and still look real. Since they opened 2 years ago,
Okay.
the wizards at CineSite have helped some of Hollywood's top directors.
This is obviously
perform all
one of the
sorts
educational
trickery in their
sections of the
movies,
show.
most of which you're not supposed to spot. And this is how they do it. This is a scene from City Slickers 2.
What we have here are 3 different elements.
that film?
or 3 different images we're going to put
I
together.
genuinely don't know
into
what
a final
City Slickers
piece.
2
They are
is.
the background image, Mr. Billy Crystal there, and we also have his 2 other actors
Yep, it's
on
a
another
film.
green screen. So there are 3 pieces we'll put together with the background. What we did to really make this image look real is we added
Doesn't
some
look real.
rocks here. That's the challenge, is to make it look like it was a real shot.
Before this technology
Nope.
was available, a scene like this could only have been shot using stunt doubles. It's just too
Looks
dangerous
fake.
to risk your stars on the edge of a mountain, and you'd never have got those rocks falling at just the right moment. One of the most precise and high-tech machines is the Cineon scanner. It converts each
What's
frame
that
of film
do?
into numbers that the computers can understand. In fact,
Really?
the numbers are staggering. It takes about 40 megabytes of computer memory to store a single frame of film. That's equivalent to about 80 floppy disks full. And there's 24 frames for
40
each second of a
megabytes
film.
per frame.
That's why the
Wow.
computers here have to be the most powerful graphics machines
That's crazy.
ever
That's a
made.
lot of storage
and every
space.
meg of power was needed for CineSite's biggest project so far. It involved all 119,550 frames of a movie that was first released nearly 60 years ago. Are you sitting
Snow White.
comfortably? Then I'll begin. Once upon a time, there was a film called Snow White. It was the first ever full-length animated film. But poor Snow White, she never quite looked her
What?
best. When the film was being made, the animators used a new technique
This is the
that
rubbish
involved shooting the
educational
red,
section.
green, and blue parts of the picture onto separate rolls of film. But there were bits of dirt and dust on the glass used to hold down the drawings.
Oh.
And these showed up on the film as different colored blots. These blemishes have appeared on every print of Snow White ever shown, until now. Some of the retouching was automated, but each frame had to be looked at by an experienced operator to make sure that the
that took a
wasn't
hell of a
accidentally
long
removing
time.
part of the original painting. The ultimate test was to show the restored footage to 4 of the film's original animators. Their verdict? Snow White was once again the fairest in the land. Whatever has been done electronically to a movie, the final step in this process is to use this machine to print computer images back onto film.
He doesn't
It uses
even know
3
what he's
laser
doing, does he?
beams, red, green, and blue, to do so very precisely. Old George
just
Eastman
pushing
wouldn't
things.
recognize most of the technology here, but it's a
Cooling
great tribute
things.
to his invention that still today, there's no better way to record images than on film.
Well, maybe back
If
then.
you want to see the cleaned up version of Snow
Things
White
are
for
a little
yourself,
bit different now here in
came
the
out on
future,
Disney
Mr.
Home
Z.
Video yesterday.
Now for this week's news and previews.
Said Dolph.
A new
Nipples,
American
Dolph.
software company will be storming the CD formats this Christmas. Lodestar,
What?
the legend of Tully Bodine for the PC CD-ROM, has been created by a group of movie veterans and games programmers who call themselves Rocket Science. Tully Bodine is the skipper of
interesting.
the space freighter Lodestar, and in this adventure, he's smuggling contraband camels to Mars.
Stroke, just
As you
your
do.
typical sort of
Official, the 32X add-on for the Mega
FMV
Drive, or Mega 32 as it's known
is
over here,
shite.
will cost £170. That's 20 quid more than expected. You'll get
Fucking
5
hell,
£10 game
170
vouchers
quid.
with the system. But sadly, there'll only be 4 games available before Christmas, including this one.
£170.
Between level
How much was
sequences
the
just
Mega
keep
Drive
getting
at
better
launch?
and better. This is Lands of Lore 2 for the PC CD-ROM, due out next spring. It's a graphic adventure
that looks
with pretty
cool.
adventurous graphics. Like the first Lands of Lore, there's plenty of dungeons,
That's a
dragons,
graphic
and gothic
adventure
stuff. Oh, and the gameplay
with
shaped
pretty
nicely too.
adventurous graphics. See, early PC gaming, I missed out on all that nice stuff.
Basketball. I'm just making a hole in
What
the
is he
ceiling for the
doing?
hoop. Now, while
NBA
the dust
Jam
settles, here's a brilliant
on the
cheat
Super
for
Nintendo.
NBA Jam on the SNES. It speeds
Fuck
it up to
yes.
blistering pace. Now, on the tonight's match up screen, you've got to press
Loved
any button as quickly
loved
as you
Super
can
Nintendo,
13
loved
times,
NBA
then
Jam.
hold down B and X. So here we go.
Also,
1, 2, 3,
obviously,
4, 5,
loved
6,
the
7,
Super
8, 9, 10, 11,
Nintendo.
12, 13, B and X. And there's the word juice, and look at those players go. Hey! And now for some real indoor basketball. Whoa.
There's loads of cheats actually for NBA Jam. I remember like big heads and where'd the basketball go?
I was enjoying that. This'll soon dislodge it.
I was gonna say I've got a feeling Nam is gonna break
That's what
stuff.
I call a Nam dunk. Woo! Ah, thanks, guys. Basketball is
Nipples is wearing some very strange, high-waisted, tight, crotched, big-bummed jeans.
Brilliant computer games.
Is that what they wore in the 90s?
Even the Looney Tunes mob got
With
their
Dora
hands on the
Explorer
ball.
look-alike
The
on
new
her
game
t-shirt.
called
I don't even know who that
That's
is.
for Christmas. It's got loads of sub-games, options, and
What?
plenty of slapstick humour. Meanwhile, basketball superstars are taking over other sorts of games.
Oh,
Here's
no.
Shaquille O'Neal in his own martial arts adventure, Shaq Fu.
No,
Michael
no.
Jordan is the star of a brand new platform game, Chaos in the Windy City, which we're reviewing
No.
later in the programme.
But NBA
Oh,
Jam is
no.
the game that started it all last summer. The SNES version's a 2-on-2. It's virtually arcade
It's actually
perfect,
alright,
easy to
NBA
play,
Jam.
and has very quickly become the yardstick
Quite
by
good
which all
fun,
other basketball
especially
games
obviously
are measured.
two-player. It's not, I
We
would
got
say
our
it's
hands
not
on a
as...
copy of its big
Look
brother,
at this
NBA Jam Tournament Edition, which is out next
size
year
of
on
that
SNES and Mega
cartridge.
Drive. In fact, it's so new
What's
that
going
it's still
on?
on chips. And who better to test it than...
They forgot to shrink it down to size.
Joseph plays for Doncaster Panthers. Height 6'4". Weight
6'4", 182 pounds.
So, Juicen,
That's
what's your
not that
reckon?
much weight considering the height he is actually.
Unlike NBA Jam 1, the tackling on here is much better and has some of the newer
Why?
players in the league, some of the newer rookies.
Now you
Why
can
is the
make
tackling much
substitutions as well,
better?
can't you?
Yeah, unlike the first NBA Jam, you can only have 2 players. In this one, you can substitute.
Okay, then show us one of these new spectacular
Why?
dunks. Yes!
There we go.
But not all
Why?
basketball is played on posh courts with high
Holy
priced
fuck,
players.
look at the
I've
size
been
of that
looking at the new
cartridge as
street
well.
basketball game, Jam It, with my tall friend.
Name, Chris Castle. Plays for Sheffield Hatton.
Chris
Height,
is a lady.
6'2". Weight,
She's a
wouldn't
fucking
tell us.
giant.
Born Essex,
And
England.
she's fat.
Jam It will be out
because
on the SNES
they
and Mega
wouldn't
Drive
say.
next year. Chris, hi, welcome to the programme. What do you
Hi.
think
Look at the
of
size
Jam
of
It?
that cartridge.
It's a pretty good game. I think the set looks something like White Men Can't Jump.
It
or
looks
something
alright.
out
I've
of it.
never heard
Is
of
it
this game at
an
all.
easy game to pick up and play?
I've been working on it for the last few hours, and I haven't found it that easy.
And what about
Oh, no.
when you go in for the slam dunk, the close-up?
Let's see, there we go. Well, when that actually happens, you
That
lose
looks
all
pretty
concept
cool,
of the rest of
actually.
the game. You're not quite sure where you are.
But for the purists, there's a brand new game out next week on SNES and Mega Drive, NBA Live 95.
On a normal size
game,
cartridge.
It's much more of a serious basketball
That
simulation
looks
than
like
NBA
FIFA
Jam. Mark's been
with a
looking at this one.
basketball.
Name, Mark Harvey. Plays
Mark
for Doncaster
Harvey.
Panthers. Height,
He's a
6'9". Weight,
giant.
more than the other two. Born Niagara Falls, Canada.
Bloody hell, big Canadian boy
Well,
he
I like
is.
the way it plays. I mean, as a player, it's very close to a real basketball game. The players can do a lot
No,
of the
it's
things
not.
that you would normally find players doing when
It's
they
rubbish.
play basketball. And as a coach, I like the way that you can interchange players.
Totally
create a
looks
team of
like
your
a
own,
bit
have
like
players,
FIFA.
Getting tired,
I
having them
probably
get
thinking
injured.
that because there's
It's a very
stars
good
under the
simulation.
players.
The graphics are okay, and I also like the sound effects.
Can you
Is it a
think of any
simulation?
down points, though?
Well, I don't think it's as spectacular as some of the games, but other than that, it's a very good simulation.
And you can design your own dream team,
It's
can't
not
you?
spectacular.
Yeah, I've got my dream team out. It's a team full of Shaquille O'Neals.
Excellent.
OK, Juice, you've looked at and played all the basketball games we've been reviewing today. You're quite a serious game.
Juice is going to decide
NBA
which
Live
is the
95
best.
is definitely the best.
This is the Mega Drive version, which is just as good as the SNES. Why do you like it so much?
So realistic. I mean, the players, I mean, you can run up and down and make moves just like you
NBA.
can do on the real court.
Watch when you're playing. You're
95.
like you're really out there, aren't you?
Definitely. You get into this game, you could definitely break a sweat playing this one.
OK, so you want to play basketball like Juice?
Actually,
Get yourself
I'm beginning
Live
to like the look
95.
of it
Now for some more games reviews.
more and more.
You just can't move for basketball players these days. Here's
Was
American
this
NBA
something
star Michael Jordan in his
Windy
very
City
own
or
platform
something?
adventure on the SNES, Chaos in the Windy City.
There
The
you
big
go.
man has
Heard of
rescued
it.
20 of the world's greatest
Never,
basketball players
ever played
who've
it.
been kidnapped by a mad scientist. The theme is strongly
Why?
basketball. Jordan's weapons are basketballs, and even the baddies appear to have balls instead of heads. Weird.
That's
Here's Lee.
bizarre.
This is a
Whoever
great game
decided
for all
to make
basketball
this
fans
game.
that are into platform games because it uses a lot of basketball skills and movements. The game's got a very
Really?
strong puzzle element to it. Here I'm rescuing the first of the 20 basketball players I've got to save. Now I'm
Thanks for
asking him
saving me,
questions which will
Michael.
help me along through the game. He's
Weird.
now giving me a key which will help me get off the level. Now I can unlock
Sound looks
doors,
better than what's the
which
other
will either give me
basketball
good
game?
things like special weapons or power-ups,
Shaq
or
Fu.
there'll be baddies behind it.
Did I just make that up?
This game will probably
No, I
sell
don't
because
think
of
so.
Michael
I think
Jordan's
that's the right name.
But it's a playable game anyway.
I am tired while
It's
making this
okay.
video,
We're
ladies and
typing for a
gentlespoons.
straightforward basketball game or an ordinary platformer, but it doesn't do either job properly.
Nice idea, but
I
the
think it
levels
looks
are too
alright.
similar.
Scores then. Michael Jordan's Chaos in the Windy City gets a slam dunking 4 from the boys, but a pretty average 3 from the girls.
All of a sudden, Amiga owners are spoilt for choice when it comes to platform games.
Rough and
The
Tumble.
latest is Rough and Tumble, starring a cute kid with a submachine
Told
gun.
ya.
Rough is trapped
I
in a
remember
fantasy
buying
world
this
after he
game.
fell down a rabbit hole. The only way
One
out
of the
is
few
to shoot
Amiga
everything
games
in sight
that
and cause as much devastation
I
as
did not
possible.
own
He's
as a
nothing now,
pirate
but what's
copy.
it like to play? Here's Paul.
Pretty decent game actually. I scored it 4
It's
out
a
of
nice
5. There you
platform
go.
shoot 'em up. Not very
We don't
original,
need to
but
listen to
highly
Paul.
polished and great gameplay. This is a very hard game, as you can see from this robot who's trying to kill me. If it hits me 3 times, I'm dead. So instead of having to go
Good
back to the
game, I
beginning
do
of the
quite
game
like
and die,
this.
I can hit that point which I've just hit and come back there. Even though it is a shoot 'em up, there is a bit of puzzle element to it. I can climb up this
I would
ladder
not
which
say
I've
it's a
just
shoot 'em up.
formed. He's quite a cool character, as you can see by his hair, it sort of sways in the wind, and his gun which gives brilliant recoil. It's the best Amiga platform game for a long
what?
time, well worth getting.
It's done what?
I love
I don't
this. It's a
remember
real
underwater
exciting game
sections.
with loads to collect and a great range of weapons.
They are
Gameplay
better than
didn't
me at
grab
this game.
but it looks great.
And the scores for Rough and Tumble, both the
4.
boys and the girls gave it a solid 4 out of 5.
Yeah, told you, $25.99. That's a bargain for Rough and
Last week's
Tumble. I
competition
remember owning
prize
it,
was
like I
a
say.
SNES and a copy of the game Dragon.
I still want one of them telly
Which
boxes.
life story was told in the movie Dragon? The
Oh,
answer was,
Bruce
of course,
Story.
Bruce
Bruce
Lee,
Story.
with over
Bruce Lee.
21,000 phone calls, but the
What
lucky
a
winner was
special
Lance
face.
Jones from Swansea. Well done. 10
Dogg's
runners up
big
get
head
bad
is
influence
scaring me
t-shirts.
with
This
her
week's
big hair.
competition prize is a SNES
with NBA Live 95.
Andy's doing that thing where like you wiggle a lot to make it look like you're actually playing
what's the
a
regulation
game.
height for a basketball hoop? What's the regulation height for a basketball hoop?
I don't know.
Phone in your answer on 0891
meters,
555
2 meters 30. Are we saying it in meters or feet? Inches?
Cost you no more than
6
but do please get
meters.
before you dial, because
I don't even want to win it anyway.
You can't win if you don't ask
Especially if I have to wiggle like that when I'm playing the game.
We'll play you out now with a clip of Dynamite Teddy, our main review for next week.
I was going to say, are all those joypads even plugged in? I think they are. There's a multi-tap sitting there. Crikey, that was bloody quick episode, or it felt it anyway. There you go then folks, that was Bad Influence fan commentary. I've forgotten what episode and series it was, so I'm not even going to try and say, but as always from me, thank you much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. It was just like travelling back in time, wasn't it? It was the 1990s all over again. Make sure you join me next time, and yeah, goodbye. I've never played this game either. It's Dynamite Heady, isn't it? Never played it. Goodbye.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?